Hola. I thought it was long overdue for me to give you an update on what's been happening with Echo Yankee Zulu. So I was at Moorabbin Airport earlier this week. Wanted to check in on Echo Yankee Zulu, but this is the state that it's currently still in. As you can see, we still don't have a cockpit per se. There's a lot of wiring there. A lot's been done, don't get me wrong, but it's just there's not a lot of visual progress to keep you updated with. A couple of things that have happened. We've received a whole bunch of new cables, the wiring which leads from the actual aircraft down the wing to a couple of new components which I'll talk about in a second. That's done, that's in. There's some high-speed data cables that we'd ordered which we had to wait for. Those have arrived now. So a lot of the cabling and wiring is kind of almost done or has been done. But unfortunately, in terms of the main structure of what's going on in the aircraft, yeah, it's just a big bowl of spaghetti. A bit more work has been done on the actual panel itself. You'll remember this is what the original Echo Yankee Zulu panel looked like. From that we created this wooden template just to check things like the screw holes were in the right place, the screen cutouts were the right size, and then from that wooden template, finally now the actual metal cockpit panel has been cut. This is what it looks like. You can see it's still shiny material at the moment. That's going to be painted matte black. Then we're going to put the decals and the lettering on, and yes, of course, the Batman red line is going to go around the outside as well. That's all to come. I'm looking forward to when that actually goes in, because then the cockpit will actually, well, it will start to look like a cockpit again. There are two new magnetometers going into the wing. Those have arrived, so we were looking at those. But also the temperature probes. Again, there are two new temperature probes which will stick out the bottom of the wing. And the reason we've got two magnetometers, two temperature probes, is because they're independent systems which run off each of the two new screens. Both screens are AHRS capable, so the data that's fed into both screens is redundant, which basically means if one set fails, I know that the other screen will still be right. If you're wondering, well, what happens if both temperature probes go or both magnetometers go? Well, that's a very rare set of circumstances, but yes, you would be right. I only have one level of redundancy. So not a lot of exciting visible changes inside the cockpit, but there was one very cool, exciting visible change outside the cockpit, because we did do one fun thing the other day. Remember when I gave you two options to choose from for repainting the tips of the propeller blades on Echo Yankee Zulu? We were going to do all reds or keep the white either side and put the red in the middle. The overwhelmingly most popular choice was putting one red stripe in the middle and keeping two white stripes either side, which I'm glad, because that's what I wanted to do all along. So that's what we're going to do today.
Really doesn't help when Amy's shaking the aeroplane.
Alright, what are we doing now? Sanding.
Sand, yes, just so I've got something for the paint to stick to.
See, what I can do now, Stephen, is I can make it look like I've done that. I can edit it so it looks like I just did that bit. What do you reckon? Pretty straight?
That's crap.
Try it. Now we just need to let the red dry, paint over the white in a couple of days, and it'll be done. The $6 million question then is, of course, when will Echo Yankee Zulu be ready? I've been asking the same question for several weeks now. We're not sure. It's hard to give an exact date, but just know that I have got a bunch of things planned in the aircraft for when it is ready, and all the testing of the avionics, I'll film that as well and share that with you on the channel, so lots to come. Just a very quick update. I know a lot of you are asking about Echo Yankee Zulu, and yes, to those of you who are very observant, you're right. This isn't Melbourne. More on that in the next video.